Hello, my love. Good morning to you. I hope that this finds you well. I hope that you are rested. I hope that you had wonderful dreams last night. I hope that they were peaceful and comforting, perhaps. I hope you are well. I am thinking about you as always, as I do. I hope you have time today for forgiveness, to forgive yourself for something large, something small, but I hope that you find that in your heart, that you are able to do such a thing. I was thinking also about the idea that you are reacting to your body. And by this I mean when things are going on and there are tumultuous times, or things are not going well, or there are arguments, or things are unpleasant, what we do is usually not a reaction to the things going around us, but it is a reaction to our body. And I first keyed into this from a great book called Radical Acceptance by Tara Brach. And it was just a line, or perhaps maybe it was a paragraph, I honestly cannot remember, but she was talking about that when we have outbursts, when we lose control, when we are upset about things, what we are doing, what we are reacting to is our body and how our body feels. So the way it sort of works, someone will say something, like let's say someone says, "You are a jerk," right? We hear that. Our brain processes it. Our brain knows it is not a friendly gesture or not a friendly phrase. It is a antagonistic, arguably aggressive type phrase. And then our body reacts. Our body reacts and gets tense, or maybe you have a feeling in the pit of your stomach, or your heart starts beating faster. But it is important to note you are not reacting to the words that were said, right? If you then lash out to that person and say, "No, I'm not a jerk, go pound sand. You're the jerk." When you are doing that, or if you even say something worse, or Lord forbid, you throw a punch, which I do not recommend, but you are not reacting to the words they said. You are reacting to the feeling in your body. Again, they say the words, our brain, we hear it, our brain processes it, and then in a sort of flight or fight response, our body feels a certain way. It tenses, it reacts a certain way, and that feeling is not comfortable for us. We do not like it. And so we react to that feeling. It is, again, not their words, it's the feeling that we're reacting to. And so if you can control your body, if you realize that you are reacting to your body and not to the external events that are around you, you can maintain a sense of calm and poise, and you can make choices about how you want to react. So if somebody says you are a jerk, and then you can control your heart rate and control your muscles so they are not tensing, and maintain a physical sense of calm, their words lose their power. They will not cause the flight or fight response, and you can then decide how you want to react. This was extremely powerful for me to realize that it didn't matter what people were saying. It didn't matter what was going on around me. What mattered was how my body reacted to it and how I controlled that reaction and how I interpreted that reaction and what I decided to do with it. So a perfect example of this is from the Tim Ferriss podcast, and he had a guest, Jocko Willink, I believe is the correct, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, who, if I recall correctly, took over the podcast, and he has worked in the military, and I believe he was a Navy SEAL, and he was involved in training exercises, was actually training other SEALs, etc. And he invited a friend to the training ground once, and there's all this chaos going around, ammunition going off, people trying to make their objectives and goals, trying to not get taken out, etc., etc. And his friend said, "Oh my gosh," or at least this is how I recall it, something to the effect of, oh my gosh, when you're not in it, it is so easy to see what is going on and what needs to be done. Because when you're not in it, if your body is not in it, you have that sense of calm and poise to use your brain to make judgments, to perceive what is actually going on instead of reacting out of fear or flight. And it's an extremely useful way to think about things. Fight or flight has very, very useful purposes, and there are times when it should be used. And as you know, I do not have military training, so that I can only talk about their experience as I've heard it. I cannot talk about its usefulness. But keeping calm in the eye of the storm, when things are going on around you, letting your body not react. Is this when you see a car crash or an accident? My body would tense up and then you're not sure what to do. But then once you learn to control your body and be calm, you know exactly what to do. That person needs help, but you need to look and make sure the cars are stopped so you aren't going to get hurt by a car. It's extremely useful. I will leave it at that. I hope that you take it under advisement and consider learning to control your body, learning to be aware that you are reacting not to the external factors around you, but actually to your body and how your body feels and makes you feel. And that is what is so often propelling the course of action that we take. At least it was what I found. So I will leave it at that. I love you. I'm thinking about you as always. And with that, I will recommend again the Kaylee 47 and Diane Cook's Man vs. Nature, and I will bid you